Hey guys, Dave here. In this video, we're just going to talk about iframing the My Text Wall widget into your website. And we're going to use the website that you're going to be viewing this video on, actually. And we're just going to iframe this guy right in where it says this stuff right here instead. So let's just edit this page. And this is super simple. What you could do is you could absolutely iframe the text wall into a widget. You could open up a WordPress widget, right? And you can use just one of these text widgets and put it in, and you would be able to use this iframe code right in there as well. But we're just going to iframe it into the main page. So let's just get rid of this text real quick. And so now we got a blank WordPress page. I'm just going to click center and put some X's in here. And I just do that as a reference for myself. So now I'm going to switch over to HTML view, okay? And I'll put a link in this video here. Actually, if you just Google iframe code, I'll put a little blurb on the video when I edit it, but if you Google iframe code, you can find out exactly how to do this if this confuses you, but it's pretty simple. Basically, with an iframe code, what you're doing is you're inserting something that's hosted someplace else. So in our case, a web widget, right? So the basic iframe code, and you can see here's the X's. I'm leaving the center tag here, right? Because when I did this, I put these centered. If they were left and I came back to HTML, now they'd say align left, but we want them centered. So we can just come back to visual and center them again and come back to HTML. Now they're centered again. So we're going to replace the X's with our iframe code, and it looks like this. iframe src for source equals quotes actually I was about to put in HTTP. Let me just put in URL and I'll come back to it. Quotes, close bracket, open bracket, / iframe, close bracket. Okay, now for the URL, that I just typed that in there to go in between the quotes. What we want to do is we're going to come back over to our text wall chat, and here's our chat box, right? And we're just going to grab that URL out of the browser, copy it, come back over to our page, and where I have this URL in between the quotes, we're just going to paste that guy in and click update. Okay? Oops, the update didn't take. Let me try that again. All right, and there we go. And now let's just quick view the page. Okay, now what happened here is because it set a standard default iframe, right? So we need to adjust this so it's as big as our widget, and I'll show you how to do that. Let's just edit the page again, and let's come back over here to our widget. So here's our widget. Let's go into the controls, and you can see we're 600 height, 500 width. So we're 500 by 600. We're just going to come back into our iframe code, and we're going to go width equals, and you can do this in percentages or pixels. We're going to do it in pixels, and I spelled it right. What was it again? It was 500 wide, 600 tall. So we're going to go width equals 500, quote, space, height equals, quote, 600, quote, space. And I think I need to put a px at the end of that for pixels. I might need to put a colon in here too, but I'm going to try that real quick. Just like that. I'm going to click update, and let's view the page. Yep, so we still have a little bit of a scroll bar here because we have some padding in there. So let's just come back over here, and we'll edit the page, and let's just add some padding room. So let's make it 520 on the iframe height, and 620, or I'm sorry, 520 on the width and 620 on the height, and click update. And let's view the page again. And there you go. So here's our text chat. Now, keep in mind that if you set this to chat from screen only. So in other words, like we talked about in the settings, so the chat messages don't go out, right? And you set everybody for free, and you don't give them the chat phone number. You can use this as a chat widget right on your website, which doesn't cost anybody anything. It costs you $1 a month because you do have to register it with a Twilio phone number. But as long as text messages aren't being sent to people's phones, they can chat here all day long, and it's not going to make a difference. And again, when they put their number in, it knows that it's them, right? So it moves them over to the right, like so. And if we come back in here, we can start customizing this guy, right? So we could choose our green button and choose our orange button. And let's just update that real quick and come back over here. Now, if we leave this sit, it will auto-refresh. There it goes, because it's completely dynamic. And if we got rid of the borders and we had played with those images a little more, that would look pretty good. So it's that simple, and you can use that iframe code to iframe this into any website. And all you're looking to do is grab, what am I doing? I'm just screwing around now at this point. You guys are just listening to me talk. But all you're doing is just grabbing this URL from the browser. And once again, I'm just going to close this to get that guy. You just go into groups and you click this button, and that displays the widget. And now you can grab that URL and you can iframe this into any part of your website, whether it's WordPress or an HTML, or doesn't really matter. You can iframe this guy in. There is a mobilized chat version as well. I suppose we could take a look at that real quick. It doesn't quite have all of the controls or appearance styling things that the normal widget does, but let's just punch this in here. I'll show you exactly what it looks like. So you can see, I mean, it's basically just a stripped-down version. It doesn't have the scroll bar capability, so it's not a great idea. You can scroll through these, you know, by using your, you know, in the simulator it's the mouse, but you would use your finger to scroll through them. And if you were going to iframe this into a mobile website, then you would definitely want to size it accordingly to make it look right. But you can do that. So this is pretty cool. That's how you put this in your website, and I don't know what else I can tell you about it. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.